For my discussion post, I've chosen question number 2. Give 2 examples of nonverbal communication and describe its role in the communication process. Nonverbal communication. Why is it important? The first example of nonverbal communication is facial expressions. Facial expressions are an extremely important part of nonverbal communication because they tend to be universal across cultures. A smile usually indicates a sense of happiness, welcoming, friendliness, and much more. Different types of smiles can give off different impressions. So, for example, 2 people who don't speak the same language could recognize a feeling of mutual attraction due to their smiles being flirtatious. 2 people caught in the same kind of situation could indicate a sense of understanding by smiling and nodding at each other. Through facial expressions, we can recognize emotions such as joy, grief, anger, fear, etc. The second example of nonverbal communication is gestures. Gestures, unlike facial expressions, are learned actions. This means they are not universal and can be interpreted differently by various cultures. While pointing at a person might be perfectly acceptable in one culture, it can be seen as an insult or act of aggression in another culture. For this reason, gestures should be carefully deliberated when speaking to people of other cultures. You should consider your audience when giving presentations or doing public speaking. Gestures can be a very useful way to communicate, but need to be thought over very well. So why is nonverbal communication important? It reiterates your message and often puts a necessary accent on it. Using nonverbal communication draws a better story and backs up whatever you are trying to convey. Things such as a stern look, fluctuation in your voice, tone, pitch, and volume of your voice, and even good posture can make you look either more confident or unreliable. Sometimes nonverbal communication isn't about putting out a message but receiving one. You can learn a lot about someone's true intentions and feelings on a subject if you are paying attention to their body language, for example. With so much of what we say being communicated through means other than verbally, it becomes apparent why nonverbal communication is so important in our everyday life and especially in business.